In this video, I want to show you guys some of my favorite looting spots in Pyro. Now, in one of these locations, you can find some rare weapon attachments, such as the low light scope. This is the Gamma 1X low light scope, and it's the only low light scope that I've found so far, but I have found other rare attachments as well, such as the Stark Compensator 1, and in addition to the rare attachments we can find there, we can also find Xeno Threat Armor, which is pretty cool as well. So first, we're going to be going to remote asteroid bases, and there are two different types we can go to. One is a Xeno Threat base, and one is just a regular remote asteroid base. And then after that, we're going to go to a couple of other looting locations that I like to go to. All right, let's get to it. So we're going to want to go to our mercenary tab, and if you scroll down, you're going to see a mission for Citizens for Prosperity, and it's going to be disable outlaw stronghold at asteroid base hangar. And if you don't want to do a Citizens for Prosperity mission, you can always do a Headhunters mission, and it will pay out a little bit more as well. It's going to be shut off power at asteroid base hangar, and this is going to be underneath the unverified tab, so make sure you click that to be able to see it. So we're going to go ahead and take this Headhunters one and head there. All right, so here we are at the asteroid base. There are going to be some enemies outside, but they're going to be pretty easy to take care of. And then one thing you want to look out for are the base turrets, but there is a spot you can park to avoid them, and I'm going to show you exactly where to go to park there. All right, so we've got an Aurora and a Pisces. So let's take care of those guys first. Well, it looks like the Pisces is on the other side, so I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys where to park. So if you look at the asteroid base, you're going to see these big cylinder type things right here. And what you're going to want to do is just creep forward, and we can park actually in between those and the asteroid. Go into third person here, get a better view. I am in a bigger ship, so just be careful about that. Looks like somebody brought their Polaris here. And then we're just going to get in between here, and we're going to keep going forward. And over this way you can park right down here, and the base turrets won't be able to get you down here. And the good thing about this spot is it's really close to the entrance. All right, looks like that Pisces is actually shooting at us. Can't really hurt our ship, but if you are in a smaller ship, you might want to take them out before you head inside. But other than that, looks like we're good. Get a little bit lower here. Actually, you know what, that's kind of annoying. Let's see if we can take them out with the turret. Easy day. All right, let's do a quick gear check, make sure we have everything we need, extra ammo, all that good stuff. All right, so we're just going to go forward over here, and the entrance is actually going to be right down here. All right, looks like we've got some other player ships out here too. Oh no, the Spore Avenger Titan. Oh, we just glitched right through. All right, so there's going to be some NPCs up here that we want to take care of. All right, looks like we're good for now. All right, so the first spot I want to show you guys is actually right here, and we're going to climb up this box, climb up here, and then you can see we have these trip mines. All right, and then down here we can find some loot boxes. Usually there's some right here, but not this time. Shoot these trip mines. All right, so no loot in here this time. That's kind of weird. So I have found that when you take the missions to go to these asteroid bases, the loot can be hit or miss. So it doesn't always spawn, which is kind of unfortunate. I'm not sure if that's intended or not, but it is pretty annoying. All right, let's head back down. Let's see if we can find any more loot in here, or see if it's even spawning at all. Then we can go down here, and there is another room. Over this way, we'll crouch, and more trip mines. All right, so we've got a crate right here, but it is empty, unfortunately. So let's keep looking around and see if the loot's spawning. And if it's not, we're just going to head to a different location. All right, then in this room, there's going to be a couple more enemies. All right, those guys are taken care of. It does look like there is no loot here, unfortunately. So let's go into the bar. There's going to be one guy right over here. No loot over there. Usually there's a box right here, then sometimes a box over here, but nothing. Let's see what this guy has on him. Yeah, nothing great. Let's check back here. Oh, here we go. We've got our first loot box. All right, so it's not a complete bust. Let's see, what do we have? We have 2 shivs, not the ship, the knife. I guess we'll take that. And then I'm not sure what these are. Scrap bearings, scrap cable bundle, and scrap valve. If you guys know what these are used for, or if they're used for anything, let me know in the comments down below. All right, well, at least we verified that there is some loot here, so we're going to keep looking around and see what we can find. So we just hit the bar area. Let's check and see what these NPCs have on them. Nothing crazy. All right, let's head to the bathrooms. The bathrooms can have some pretty good loot in them sometimes. All right, so we've got an armor box right here. Let's check this out. Farsight 8X telescopic, Gamma Black Op 1X. Man, the servers are struggling right now. All right, nothing in this room. All right, we've got a medical crate right here, just some med pens. All right, usually a box spawns over here, but there's nothing there this time. All right, let's keep going. Then back here is going to be like a weapons room, and this is usually where the better loot is at. There's going to be like 4 or 5 enemies back here, so be prepared. Looks like the servers are dying. I can't reload. Come on. Might be getting a server error. I cannot reload my weapon. What is going on? All right, let's try repooling from the inventory and see if that works. All right, that worked. There we go. Thank goodness. Let's take these guys out. The heck? Is he dead? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what is happening? Brother, what is going on here? Dude, the servers are definitely dying right now. He's like Neo from the Matrix. Look at him go. He's playing Limbo. All right, so let's go over here and see if there are any boxes. All right, nothing right there. All right, nothing in this room. Sometimes there's boxes over here. Let's check up here. All right, we've got a weapon crate. Just a bunch of ammo, nothing good. All right, nothing in that room. So let's go to this main room over here. And usually this is where the good loot is at. But unfortunately, there is nothing here. There is a pistol right here, but that is about it. Then this weapon crate right here, this is usually where you can find the better attachments. All right, we're going to check the rest of this place and see what kind of loot these NPCs have. Then we'll get out of here. They all kind of have the same stuff. Morosov armor, Inquisitor, Overlord legs, Stinger. I'm pretty sure that's subscriber gear. The servers are really struggling right now. I can't even pull my weapon out. Oh, there we go. All right, so let's check one more spot in here. Man, look at the delay on that. I think I'm gonna have to bedlog after this and get a different server. So this is not working out. Yeah, usually there's a box over here too, but not this time. Let's go up here. Oh, hey, got a box right here. Let's see what we got. Just a Gamma Black Ops scope and some Famaline and a hat. That's unfortunate. All right, that's all the loot in this place. It wasn't very good, so let's go ahead and get out of here. I'm gonna bedlog and get a different server, then we'll be back. Oh, actually guys, we forgot to check one spot. So the first place I showed you where you jump up on this box and you head up here into this shaft, if I can get up there. There we go. Wow, these respawned already. We're gonna want to drop down here and it's gonna take us to that little security room. Then here we've got, it looks like a BR2 shotgun. Might not be much in here. It's either already been hit by other players or, oh, here we go. We've got some ammo, but that's about it. All right, let's get out of here and grab a different server because this one is struggling. And we're just going to ignore the mission we took to go here. We pretty much just used it as a waypoint. All right, guys, here we are. I'm back. I got a different server. I think this one is better. So let's head to our next location. So for this next location, it's going to be a remote asteroid base, just like the last one, except these ones are occupied by Xeno Threat. And I'm not sure if there's a mission that you can take that will get you there, but I do know the names of a few of them off the top of my head. So we're going to go up here in the search bar, type RAB, and you're going to see all these remote asteroid base locations. So one I know for sure is a Xeno Threat base is Rab Bravo, Rab Ignition, Rab Quagmire, and I believe Rab Whiskey is one too. And there's one called Rab Xeno, so I'd assume that one's occupied by Xeno Threat, but we're just going to go with the one that I've been to before. We're going to head there. One thing I need to mention is at these Xeno Threat controlled asteroid bases, there are going to be a ton of enemies there. So be prepared to fight. All right, here we are. Let's head a little bit closer and start engaging those enemies. And you can see the base right over there. All right, looks like we got our first target and it's a Valkyrie. All right, we've got another target. It's a Vanguard. Get a little bit closer so we can actually fight these guys. I'm going to go for this Vanguard first. first target down. Looks like we've got an arrow. I think it has distortions on it, so let's take care of him. Easy day. All right, now we have the big ships, the Valkyries. Looks like a Mantis. A couple of light fighters, some arrows left. Man, I wish I could see. It's so freaking dark out here, man. All right, here we go. And these remote asteroid bases are the same as the other ones, so we're going to park in the same spot. All right, here we go. We're parked. The base turrets can't get us, so let's head inside. All right, so the enemies here are a lot tougher. There are a lot more of them, and they will spawn more frequently, so keep that in mind. All right, let's just clear the rest of this area so we can loot. All right, let's check these NPCs. So these guys do have Xeno Threat Armor. All right, so let's climb up here like I showed you in the previous asteroid base and check these loot boxes up here. Now, I have found that the loot boxes in the Xeno Threat Asteroid bases, they spawn more frequently, which is nice. All right, nothing special over here, so let's head back this way. We're gonna jump up here. All right, nothing right there. See if we have anything back here. Usually there's boxes right here, but nothing this time. All right, let's head down into that security room, see what we got. All right, shotgun, nothing in there. Do have a crate, some 561 Fameline, sure, I'll take it. And we've got an orange armor box, Inquisitor Core Rager. All right, that's it for this room, so let's drop down this shaft. We're gonna go further down, and there's gonna be more boxes down here. And we have a purple box right here, so let's check that out. Got a S71 Bullseye Rifle, R97 Scorched Shotgun, S38 Scorched Pistol. I will take that. Take the shotgun as well. I want to see if any of these have attachments on them. All right, so there's no attachments on those weapons, but we are going to take them anyway. We're going to go back up this way, and just be careful because the enemies here respawn super fast. Doesn't look like they have yet, so that's good. And we've got a medical crate right there and weapon crate right here. All right, more enemies up here in the bar area. All right, we've got more Xeno Threat Armor, so I'm going to take some of that. I'm actually going to drop this Fameline too. Doesn't look like there are any boxes over here, so let's go back over this way and check these boxes. Delta 1X Scope, Vandal Blade, Farsight, Darkwave 8X Scope, and we've got another box right here. Just some ammo, which I'll take. Go over here. We've got one box here too. All right, just some water, and that's about it, I believe. And just make sure to check on the ground in like spots like this, because sometimes there's some weapon crates just laying there. All right, we're gonna go to the restrooms next and see what we can find. All right, first crate, Omarov 16X scope. Got a ninjaki knife. All right, nothing in this room, but sometimes a box spawns right here. Let's go deeper into the bathroom. All right, a crate, Tactical Suppressor 2, Farsight Darkwave, already have it. What's that? Railgun ammo, I'll take that. All right, go to the next area. Let's see, these guys haven't respawned yet, so that's good. Go this way. Gonna be a bunch of enemies over here. I think that's it. We're gonna head back here first, and this is where all the good stuff is at. So let's check it out. All right, we've got a AO3 Scorched, LH86 Scorched. That's nice, I'll take that. Let's see if this AO3 has anything good on it. It's got a OT8 RF Scorched 8X scope, so we will take that. There's usually nothing too great in those lockers, but let's look at the rest of this stuff. Scion Tweaker Compensator 1, C54 SMG. Let's see if it has any attachments on it. No, it does not. Put this back on. Check the rest of these. Scion Scorched Compensator 2, not bad. Let's check and see if this has anything on it. Nope. All right, then there's a shotgun right there. Looks like a couple of pistols. Let's see what's in this box. Just some ammo. All right, that's it for this room. Let's keep going. See what's up here. Got another box right here. All right, just some water. All right, let's head over here. Another box, just some water in it. All right, not too much back there, so let's keep going. All right, we're gonna head into this vent. Another box right here. Just some med pens. All right, we've got a crate. Plasma grenades. I'll take a couple of those. Nothing great. Let's check this box. All right, just some ammo. Let's make sure these guys haven't respawned. Doesn't look like they have. Oh. Like they all respawned at once, dude. All right, let's take care of these guys. All right, NPC's taken care of. I checked them, kind of all the same stuff. So let's head out. All right, let's get out of here and head to our next location. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are at our next location, and this is the location I went to in my Railgun Loot Guide video. We're going to be going to one of these Lazarus transport hubs, and you can go to any one of these. I find that you can get some pretty decent loot here, and I kind of like to just do it in my free time. All right, so let's head there. And just keep in mind, players do come to these often, so just keep an eye out for other players. All right, here we go. Looks pretty empty. Let's go ahead and land. All right, here we are, and there should be a ton of enemy NPCs outside, but I'm not seeing any. Oh, there they are. They're spawning now. So you kind of have to get out of the ship in order for them to spawn. And what we're going to do now is we're going to head back inside our ship, and we're going to get in that side size 5 turret, and we're just going to mow them all down. Now, you can take them out on foot, but this is pretty fun too. All right, that looks like to be most of them, so let's head out. All right, and there are going to be more enemies in here, but we do have weapons. So it looks like we've got some Volt shotguns, got a Fresnel LMG. Oh my gosh, we've got a crossbow right here? No way. Why can't I take it? Oh, that's another... That's a player. That's a dead player. Damaged metal. Man, I wish I could take his crossbow. All right, we've got some armor crates right here. Man, I got so excited I thought I was going to get a crossbow. Wizard legs, Morsov backpack, Overlord core skimmer. Francis the Stormwall large plushie? Yes, please. Another damaged metal. All right, let's see what we got over here. Damaged ingots. All right, nothing too great right there. And this is just kind of like a quick stop you can do for some loot. If you need some Volt weapons, you can find them here. Like I said, we've got these shotguns up here. We found a Fresnel LMG, which is kind of nice. All right, let's check in this other room over here. Damaged silver ingot, torpid module, got some crews. Yeah, nothing too fancy. Some pants. That's it for that room. And then up here in this room, there is going to be an armor crate right here. Orc Mark 5 legs gray cat edition. Oh, I can't fit that. Morsov SH bush drift arms. Morningstar helmet blue. Take that. Blue arms right there too. All right, nothing too great in there. I would take one of these shotguns, but I don't have room for it. We're already full. So we found the Fresnel LMG, some armors, and I did forget to take that scorched AO3 off my body from the asteroid base. And these dead guys usually have some pretty basic armor on them. Nothing too great, but you can always check it out if you want to. Let's see what these other guys have back here. Ooh, Sanger helmet, Defiance legs, Hailstorm, ADP arms white, P4 AR boneyard rifle. So these guys do have like some somewhat unique armor and weapons, but nothing super good. Yeah, basic stuff on that guy. This guy's got the Overlord armor, Sanger helmet, and there's the infirmary right there if you need to heal yourself while you're looting. But that's going to be it for the Lazarus transport hub. Like I said before, this is kind of just like a quick stop you can do if you want some quick loot. And we are not going to be taking the tram to the actual ASD facility. If you guys want to see a video of me going there to loot the railgun, check out my other video. So the next place I want to go is accessible through a mission. So let's go to Mercenary tab, scroll down. We're going to check the mission Swift Reprisal. This is going to take us to a ground location. So it's going to be FPS combat. And I just kind of want to see what's there, see what we can loot. So let's head there. All right, here we are on Monox, and we're going to this Pyro 2 abandoned outpost. And these abandoned outposts can be pretty fun to loot. I have heard that you can find crossbows there, but I haven't found any yet. Fingers crossed we get one. And I love doing these missions in Pyro just because they're super chill. All you have to do is pretty much kill enemies, and then there's usually tons of loot boxes laying around. So if you're looking for a relaxing game loop that includes some killing, these missions are great. Of all the places in this game, Pyro has to have the best looking planets. All right, enough sightseeing. Let's head in. All right, looks like the enemies have started to spawn in. All right, 3 down. Sometimes you can find loot boxes laying around these. Oh, like right here. There we go. Nothing great. I hear some more enemies though, so let's keep an eye out for those. All right, just a few more enemies left. Let's loot these guys and see what they have. So this guy's got some of the Overlord armor. We'll take some of that. See what the rest of these guys have. That's actually kind of nice. I like to wear this Ardent SL Archangel set when I fly light fighters and medium fighters. The G resistance on it, pretty good. Take that ammo off though. Make sure to check around here because these white loot boxes have stuff inside of them. Let's see what we got. Baylor helmet, Kristen edition, 2Def Lakes Pro, Arrow helmet blue, Strata helmet. Loot box? Nope, that's a sitting box. Check and see if there's any loot in these towers up here. See what's up top. There's a gun stuck to the ceiling. That's cool. Better be a box up here. Nothing. This guy have anything good? Microid battlesuit helmet. I'd sit back down. See what we got over here. Oracle helmet Braya, Baylor helmet white, CBH3. Nothing amazing. Oracle helmet Leechin, Tab 1 core yellow. Let's see what's down below here. Oh, loot box. Apples. Got some Pitambu, Golden Medman, Aphorite. Got some water. I'll take the water. Buster's chocolate bar. Blackosite, jumping limes. All right, nothing great in there. Anything else? Got a Pico plushie here. What's this guy have? Overlord Lake Stinger. Some subscriber gear there. Morningstar helmet Brimstone. Yeah, I don't think I checked to see if there's boxes over here. Doesn't look like it. What is down here? Nothing. Check this little Onyx box over here. Anything? Nah. But sometimes they spawn right there like we saw earlier. Now, looks like we still have 3 more enemies to take out, but we're just gonna keep on looting and see what we can find. We've got a med crate. The boxes do spawn kind of everywhere. I'll take those extra refills. All right, so these enemies got to be down below here. Oh, it goes down into a cave. That's crazy. You got in here? Anything good? Bring a mining attachment. That's just kind of a dead end. What is that purple rock right there? Do you guys know? If you guys know what that is, let me know in the comments. What is that? A bug? Gross. Dude, this goes so deep. All right, we're coming up on some enemies over here. Let's see what these guys have. There we go. Manticore helmet. Okay, nothing great. Go see what his friend has. This looks like it is the end of the cave. All right, just some basic stuff on him. Let's see if he has any good attachments on this rifle. Nope. All right, let's head back up. We'll go get that last enemy and then we'll finish looting. This is a really cool spot so far. Oh, there he is, just right there in the open. Contract complete. All right, let's see what kind of loot he has on him. And then we still haven't looted this entire side, so we're going to do that. I think he's wearing the Overlord stuff. Yeah, nothing crazy. Oh, here we go. Yoni Tengubi helmet. We're actually pretty full right now, but I want to look and see what else we can find. Another box. Pyro Quicksilver multi-tool. That's kind of cool. It's like some drugs. A lot of drugs. Pico. That's about it in there. All right, another box up top here. Oh my gosh, dude. The thing's packed full of food. Never-end war service metal damage. UNE gold ingot damaged, and a ton of food though. We'll take some of that. Oh, I can't fit it. Guess we'll drop the apples. I've looted so much food and water and drinks. Probably never gonna have to buy it again, at least until the next wipe. So many just different rooms around here. What is this? Is that a lootable box? Doesn't look like it. Oh, I guess not. I did see one down here. Bullvine, some more harvestables. Nothing great. Let's see what we got over here. All right, another box. Here we go. Paratum, Hikari pods, pretty average stuff. Let's see what's up here. All right, so we do do have boxes up here. Cool. And just food. Let's keep going up. See if there's more. Oh, no. Ooh, oh, fell from so far. There was a box up there, though. Maybe we have to drop down to get it. Let's try that again. All right, nothing up top right here, but right down below there is that box. Let's see if maybe... Let's get our med gun out and just be ready. See if... Oh, gosh. Oh, no. I don't know how to get that, man. Let's see. I have no idea how to get over there to that box. Let's try one more time and see if we can get it. Hopefully I don't die. I think it's one more up. It's right there. Like, we have to go around. Oh, wait. Oh, we're stuck. Maybe if I just jump. I give up. That one box is not worth it. All right. Well, I think that's going to be it for this spot. Head back to our ship. All right. Let's head back to our hangar and take a look at what we got. All right, guys, let's have a look at everything we got from the 2 remote asteroid bases, both the Xeno Threat and the normal one, the Lazarus transport hub, and the abandoned outpost in Pyro. So we got some unique armors. We did get a Quicksilver multi-tool. That's kind of cool. Manticore helmet, some other unique looking armors. We got Francis the Stormall large plushie. I've never gotten that before. Sweet. Then let's go down here to some of the more rare items. So we did get an AO3 scorched sniper rifle with a scorched attachment on it as well. We got a Scion Scorched Compensator 2, pretty sweet. Scion Tweaker Compensator 1, LH86 Scorched Pistol, that's pretty good. I'll probably actually use that. We got a Fresnel LMG, that was from the Lazarus Transport Hub. A little bit of railgun ammo, S38 Scorched Pistol. We got some Xeno Threat Armor off those enemies at the Xeno Threat Asteroid base. So if you guys are looking for Xeno Threat Armor, head there. There's tons of it. Farsight Darkwave 8X Scope, Omarov 16X Scope, R97 Scorched Shotgun, just a regular S71 rifle, the red version. Some Orc Mark 10 arms, Xeno Threat, those are pretty cool. Inquisitor Core Rager, a couple of shivs, the knife, not the ship. Microid Battlesuit Arms Nomad, and a couple attachments here, but they're pretty common. Gamma Black Ops Scope, Farsight 8X. If you guys are looking for a low light scope, like I showed you at the beginning of the video, the Xeno Threat Remote Asteroid bases is the only spot that I've found those in, and I've looted in a ton of different places. So if you're looking for a low light scope, head there. Otherwise, the other spots were just kind of for fun. That first asteroid base, it's iffy whether or not it spawns loot. It's hit or miss. But the Xeno Threat asteroid bases, they're a little bit harder to deal with because of the combat patrol ships patrolling outside that you have to kill, and then just the waves of Xeno Threat enemies. But it's definitely worth it in my opinion if you're looking for rare attachments and weapons. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. Other than that, I hope to catch you guys next time. And as always, peace, God bless, and 07s.